Tom Mesereau is the lawyer who successfully defended Michael Jackson in the 2005 child molestation criminal case, and he joins us right now. Tom, welcome to TMZ Live.
Thanks for having me, Charby.
So, Wade Robson now says, very contrary to what he said on the stand, he now says Michael Jackson molested him when he was a child. Your reaction?
It's absurd. It's ridiculous. It flies in the face of his very powerful testimony for the defense in Michael Jackson's criminal trial. You know, he was the first witness I called in the defense case. And if you put on a defense case in a criminal trial, you always want to start with a powerful witness. He was very powerful for us. He said that nothing untoward had ever happened. He said there had been no sexual molestation, no inadvertent touching, nothing improper by Michael Jackson. And then he withstood a very powerful cross-examination by a very seasoned prosecutor, and Wade Robson never changed his position. He was adamant that nothing had happened. In fact, he called the allegations ridiculous. And I'm calling this recent development equally ridiculous.
Tom, we know that what he has said in his legal papers, this is not public yet, but we know that he says that he suffered from a repressed memory and has gone to a psychiatrist, and only after therapy did he realize what had happened. What about that?
I don't buy it for 1 second. I don't know who's influencing him one way or the other. I don't know why he's been induced to apparently change his very strong and very powerful testimony of 2005. And remember, he didn't just give testimony in the courtroom. He did some interviews after the trial where he also said it's ridiculous, nothing happened. He would look at the people interviewing him and ask them if they'd ever slept in a bed with a friend or with a parent. I mean, he could not have been stronger for us. And I don't know who's influenced him. I don't know whether he needs money. I find it very curious that this development happened in the middle of the civil trial that Katherine Jackson and Michael's children have filed against AEG. None of it adds up very well to me.
Tom, he is a different kind of guy than the accusers in the past. That they had come from families that had all sorts of issues. They weren't necessarily accomplished people, these accusers, or the family. Wade Robson is a success story. He's a big, big choreographer. And apparently you thought he had a lot of credibility because you made him your star witness. So doesn't that become problematic for you and for Michael Jackson's legacy, since it's a guy that you put stock in?
Well, I mean, the jury believed him. I believed him. The guy was strong. He didn't just make one statement that something had never happened. He gave repeated, powerful testimony that Michael was his friend, that Michael had never touched him inadvertently or improperly.
Well, ultimately, all of these civil cases amount to money. So do you think, number one, he's motivated by money? And it sounds to me like you think that maybe some of the people involved in the case are behind this, the civil case.
I find it very curious. I find it very curious that this claim has arisen in the middle of Katherine Jackson and Michael Jackson's children's civil trial against AEG. AEG's lawyer got up in his opening statement in that courtroom and said things were going to get ugly, suggesting he's going to try and vilify and take Michael Jackson's reputation and try and pound it and hurt it. And they're trying to minimize the value of Michael Jackson's reputation.
You sound like you think AEG has had communications with Wade Robson even before the case started.
I've said what I'm going to say about that issue.
How do you think this is going to impact Michael's legacy? Now you have a new claim, and maybe the floodgates could open, but here you've got a guy who's successful making a pretty damaging claim.
Well, you say successful. I've heard contrary reports. I've heard that he's not getting a lot of work these days. I don't know what to believe. I only know what I've been told. So how successful is he? I just don't know.
Hey, Tom, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks again.